University, and she is seated there. And the other is Sevon Avakian. That's Joel Brodsky's intern. He's about to become a law student at Loyola University. So we've got two bright young people. Thanks so much for being here. Welcome to the program. And let me start first from the perspective as a student. And I'll start with you, Sevon. As a law student or a prospective law student, what does this experience mean to you? Is it inspiring you? Is it motivating you? Or is it like, man, do I really want to do this?
Oh, no. I mean, I've wanted to go into law ever since I was a kid. And for my first case, falling into one of the biggest profile cases in the nation, it's a blessing and an honor. And I'm working with probably 6 of the best lawyers in the state. So I'm learning a lot from them. Can't complain at all.
All right, good. Now, Kalie, I'm interested in your perspective, too, broadcast journalism student. You've seen us, the media circus, roll into town for this one. Is this inspiring you to continue in your pursuit of broadcast journalism, or is it turning you off a little bit?
Oh, no, it's definitely inspiring me. I mean, when you have a case like this that is so influenced by the media, it's amazing to be able to sit there and, you know, just take everything in to see what the reporters that are here in the overflow room and in the courtroom, how they influence things, how the lawyers influence the reporters. It's really fascinating to watch that interaction. And I think through the whole experience, I don't think it's discouraged me from continuing with my journalism major at all. If anything, it's made me more excited, more interested, and ready just to get started.
Excellent. Just don't try to take my job, please.
I can't promise you that.
All right, Kalie, just like her dad. Just like her dad, right?
No.
All right, Kalie, let's talk about what's happening in the courtroom, which is you are having an opportunity that a lot of people would like to have, which is to speak to Drew Peterson and find out what's going on in his mind. What do you talk to Drew Peterson about during the course of this trial?
Well, there's a lot of time when the lawyers are off, you know, in the sidebars or doing their things, and it's usually Sevon and I, and we get the opportunity to talk to Drew, and we have very normal conversations. We talk about his son, we talk about what he ate for lunch, we talk about what we ate for lunch, what he watches on television. He really likes, I mean, Sevon can agree with this, it's really just perspective on the outside world. I mean, we had a nice conversation the other day about his kids who are going to college, what they're studying, what they're majoring in. So, I mean, what else have we talked? Can you think of?
I mean, that's about it.
You know what I love,
Yeah.
Kalie, is the way that you have just taken over everything here. It's great. You are going to be a fantastic TV host. But
Thank you. Thank
great.
you.
So, Sevon.
Can I quote you on that?
Yes.
Can I put that on my resume?
Absolutely. So, Sevon, could you answer her question, please, Sevon?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we talk about. He talks about his kids a lot, compares us to his kids. He's a great father. I actually had the opportunity to meet his son, Chris. Hung out with him for about an hour when he came the day after his 18th birthday. And great kid. He's attending Western Illinois. He leaves tomorrow, and you could tell Drew raised him like a great child, just raised with good morals.
And he's so fond of his son. I know he was going on and on about both of his sons. I think he has another one that's studying at Penn. He's studying biology, and he's so, you know, proud of them. And he was going on around how strong they are, how athletic they are. Yeah. Just good dad talk, I guess.
Yeah, and you know what a good dad is, right, Kalie? You've got one. How about?
I do. I have one, and he'll be on camera right after me.
Of course. Now let's talk about Drew Peterson. Has he given you any insight, Kalie, into you know, what he's doing? Like, what is he watching on television? Does he watch TV while he's incarcerated?
Well, that was interesting because while he's incarcerated, he has a television. And I asked him the other day, I was like, what do you watch? Do you watch the Olympics? Were you watching ESPN? I thought maybe something, you know, guys would watch. And he actually said the way the television works in the jail is it's controlled by, everyone watches the same thing. And so it basically switches off. Everyone gets a decision what to watch. So he's telling me how the women will decide to watch some, you know, daytime soap opera, and he just kind of has to sit there and, you know, deal with the daytime soap opera, where if it's his turn, he says he usually picks a movie. He says he likes comedies, but that's how he said the television works. They don't really get that much of a say because everyone watches the same thing, which I thought was interesting, and I don't know how I would handle a situation like that, but
Yeah.
if I was stuck watching daytime soap operas, I don't know. But yeah, he says he likes comedies, which totally makes sense because he is a very funny guy.
Sevon, do you have any, can you capture or have you gotten any feeling from Drew Peterson during the course of the trial, his expectations, his confidence level? You know, he's on trial. If he's found guilty, that's it. He's going to stay inside for the rest of his life. If he's found not guilty, chances are he's going to walk out a free man. Have you been able to gauge his confidence level as this thing continues?
Yeah, I've actually been on the case for like 2 months. Went to all the preliminary hearings, every court proceeding so far, and Drew's maintained the same type of attitude. He's confident in the team. He's got a great set of lawyers. The head lead lawyer, Joel Brodsky, is like the coach of the team. He's got 6 stars on the team, and he's confident in them. He never shows displeasure with the team. He tells them whatever, you know, how he feels about it. They ask for his input all the time. They hear him out, and then he leaves it up to them to go in the courtroom and do work.
Does he talk about what he would do after a not guilty verdict? Like the first thing he would do, or what he's looking forward to doing?
Yes, going right to his children. That's the first thing he wants to do. Right after that, have a good meal with his kids. Me and Kalie can't stress how much he talks about his kids, and he really does. That's all he's concerned about, getting back to his...
Kalie, what's been the most surprising thing? That, you know, you're sitting next to a man accused of murder, right? I know, you know, your dad's a great criminal defense attorney, but still sitting next to a guy accused of murdering a woman. What has surprised you the most?
I would say surprised. I don't know if I've been surprised yet. I know, regardless of if he's accused of murder or not, he's still a person, and he's innocent until proven guilty, to say the least. And I haven't felt, as I lose my earpiece, I haven't felt threatened at all. He's a very nice guy, and I know some people, you know, question, oh, like you're a female working with the defense team, and I don't. Once again, I still feel respected by him. I still feel he treats me as a person. He treats me as a student who's interested in learning. He lets me know, a lot of the time, since I don't have a huge background on law, unlike Sevon, and since I do work with my dad, who will be, you know, on the stand questioning, doing his cross-examination, if I'm not 100% sure what's going on, I can easily go up to Drew and be like, hey, Drew, can you fill me in? And he'll know exactly what to tell me. He'll explain it. For a journalism student who's in their undergrad, and he's very helpful. But as far as surprise, I can't say I've been surprised at all. I mean, even as far as the defense team goes, they've surpassed my expectations. I think that if I'm surprised there, it's by, you know, underestimating the amount of work and the amount of time and effort they put into this trial, because they're really, you know, surprising me. I've never seen my dad in court before, and I've never seen most of these lawyers on trial or questioning on trial before, and just the whole experience has been a surprise to me, I would say. It's very fascinating just to take this all in.
Now, Sevon, our cameras have captured you walking to court in the morning carrying a wardrobe bag, and hey, everyone pays their dues, right? Do you pick out?
Doesn't Sevon dress nicely?
He does. Now, are you in charge
you.
of? Are you in charge of choosing Drew's clothes, or what's the story behind all that?
I try to match with Drew. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do. I choose his clothes every morning and take the garment bag over to the courthouse every morning. And the public that stands outside, actually, a few of them were telling me and Kalie, I'm known as the suit guy now. So Kalie was making a joke, telling everyone that I should carry a garment bag wherever I go around town from now on, since I'm so famous for the suit.
As far as like photos and things go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. Well, we're actually out of time, Kalie. But Kalie and Sevon,
Okay.
a true pleasure to speak with you. I think it's
Pleasure.
obvious to everyone watching today that both of you have bright careers ahead of you in the paths that you choose.
Thank you.
Great to meet you, and thanks again for being on.
Great to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Take care.
All right. Hey, we got a different picture of Drew Peterson there, right? And that's coming from people who are speaking to him every day during the course of this trial. All right, we got a lot more to talk about. I know you have questions about the Drew Peterson trial. Well, we're going to answer them right here on In Session.